Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Can't hear me.
What? What channel?
How do we work this? Oh, look at that wall.
Hey, Randy.
Where are you, Anthony? Oh, there you are.
Hey,
Hi. I get 2 nights in a row I see you.
I know. And then I got Randa. Hey, Randa.
So close to Randy.
There's a Randy and a Randa.
Yeah.
See you.
You don't see me? I'm here. Am
No,
I?
I said it's good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you. Yeah, it's been a while, huh?
I'm here.
And Lauren's in the house. Where's Lauren?
Hello.
Where are you?
I'm here. I'm on my top left icon.
You are.
Where I
Okay.
am
I
in
see.
your mix.
It's like the Brady Bunch, only larger. How are you?
You're good. Everyone's
Good.
good.
Good to see you.
Hey, everybody. This is Ramfis Myrthil. I am one of the board members at the Long Island International Film Expo and also a fellow filmmaker. Excited to be doing this for the 3rd night in a row. This is our 23rd annual Long Island International Film Expo, which starts September 30th to October 8th. It will be virtual screenings and drive-in experiences. So I'll be going through each film that will be playing on nights, I want to say 3 and 4. And I'll be introducing the filmmaker, the project, the date that it'll be playing, the time. I'll ask you to introduce yourself, anyone on your team, a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what the project's about, and anything interesting that we should know. Let's try to keep it, to 2 minutes. If you're not speaking, if you can just keep it on mute so we don't have any background noise. Want to say a thank you to John Marine for setting this up, to set up the recording and the video Zoom, and Deborah Markowitz as well. And thank you, Rachel, for sending out all these emails to all the filmmakers, and congratulations to all the filmmakers that have submitted, that are attending the festival this year, virtually and through the drive-in experience. So I'd like to start with the first filmmaker. This is Allison, I think it's Loeb, L-O-E-B. Allison, are you with us tonight?
Here.
All right, so Allison, you have a film called Crackers in Bed. It's an animation short. It's playing October 4th at 1:30. It's a virtual experience, and the floor is yours.
Thank you for having us. And we're really excited about seeing everybody tonight. And this is Sam Gunsler, who's our chief animator. And I do the doodling, and we're New Yorkers. And it's really nice to be here.
Crackers in Bed. Thank you.
Likewise. Tell us a little bit about your project.
Oh,
We do a series of animations based on songs that we've written.
Allison writes the songs. She draws the pictures, and I do. Excuse me. I do some of the animation. And
If anybody want any, because we got a lot.
you have a lot of crackers if you want.
Awesome. And how do we watch your series that you guys have created? Like, is there a website or a link, or like, how do we continue to follow the work?
Or on YouTube. Yeah, AllisonLoeb.com is good. They're all there.
1L.
Well,
If you don't mind, at some point, maybe sharing in the group chat to the right, with that information, so we can all have it. That would be awesome.
That's really nice. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for including us.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at the movies watching you guys. Like, you have like it looks like popcorn, but I don't think it's popcorn. It looks like you guys are set up in a private movie theater. So I'm definitely feeling the vibe over there, guys.
you guys are worth it.
Awesome. All right. The next film. Your film was Crackers in Bed, right?
Right.
Okay. And Allison is part of the team, correct?
Allison is really the team.
I know, but
Okay.
we'll discuss this later.
Okay, gotcha. Just wanted to confirm. All right, so the next film that I have is called The Dinner. It's a short film. It's October 4th at 1:30 virtual, and that's Sue and Bob. Are you here, Sue and Bob?
Yes,
We're
here.
at the top waving.
Okay, I see you guys. All right, awesome. All right, this is great. We have the team experience tonight, the duo, so back to back. So the floor is yours. Let us share away.
Well, Sue and Bob Gilbert, and the only way I can describe creating The Dinner is that God gave it to me. I woke up at 3 a.m. and I quickly started to write things down, and the total premise and the entire script just came to me. So once I wrote it all down, I told my lovely wife and co-producer about it, and she said, we just have to make this. And the only thing we added was 2 Polish words.
No jokes, please. We really did.
So this was the very first film we ever wrote or made. So it really inspired us. We went on, now we're producing a full-length feature, romantic comedy, and the name of it is Atomic Poop, A Love Story. And during the love interest,
Oh, God.
aliens invade the earth. So that's what we're doing now.
We can't really say much in the description of the film, like on the poster or anything like that, because it's so short, it will ruin the ending. So we leave it a little vague.
But our wonderful actors, Gail and Michael, and then our gifted director, April, and our talented DP, Walter.
That's right. And it's a touching film, and hopefully it will make people think in the short 3.5 minutes. And thank you also for letting us be a
Yes.
part of this. It was very exciting for us.
It is.
Awesome. And where are you guys from? Are you guys in Long Island? Are you in New York?
He was born in New York, in Queens. I lived the last, say, 30 years in New York all over. I actually founded the Astoria Performing Arts Center, which is still there. And then we both, for work or family, moved here, and we met at a gas station, and thus we started.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank you.
That's so cool. Thank you for sharing and giving us some background on that. Well, congratulations. Break a leg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is Johnny Ventimiglia. I think I said it right. Johnny, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Johnny, you have Hi Francis, I Love You. It's a documentary short, October 4th at 1:30. It's the virtual experience. The floor is yours.
Thanks. So yeah, my name's Johnny Ventimiglia. I'm a director, co-director on this with Victor Oliveira, who's also on the call with us. I think, Vic, you there?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Hey,
So
Vic.
Victor and I are friends and co-workers. This is our 4th or 5th project that we've done together. It's a short. It's about, basically we went to my grandmother's house and had dinner with her and hung out with her for the day. And it's just like a trip to grandma's house. So she talks about life. She talks about, her experience of coming to America, and then, and she made us dinner. And it's for anybody who wanted to just experience what it's like to go to somebody's grandma's house.
Awesome. And then where are you guys from?
I'm from Long Island.
And I'm originally from New Jersey, but we're both living in Bushwick.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Is there anything else that you want to share before we go to the next filmmaker?
All good on me, Vic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's basically a slice of life immigrant story, and it's his grandmother's just really fun to watch. She's so much energy at her age, and it's really
How old is she, out of curiosity?
Known as 85.
Nice. Beautiful. Great. Well, thank you for sharing, guys, and break a leg at the festival.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. All right. Next, I have Domenico, I think, Costa. Am I saying it right? Are you here? The name of the film is I Married My Mother. It's a foreign feature from Italy. Are you with us? Rachel, if you could send an email, let them know that we're on.
No, I think they're on, but they're not. There's somebody trying to talk, but it's not working.
They're here. Their audio isn't working. All right. This is what I got from Rachel. All right. I'll come back to you. Try to figure that out. And I'm going to go to the next filmmaker. I'll come back, try to work it out in the meanwhile. I have Vasily next. Vasily Chuprina. Are you here? The name of your film is Those Beautiful Moments. It's also foreign. It's a foreign short from the Netherlands and Russia. Vasily Chuprina, are you with us? Okay. Rachel, if you can send an email. Domenico, have you figured out the audio? Or Michelle Galtariri. I'm seeing it's Michelle Galtariri's screen. It's a note that I have here from Rachel. All right, I'm going to the next person. I'll check back. Andre Joseph, are you here, Andre Joseph? Actually, no, Andre Joseph. Andre Joseph. All right, Rachel, if you can send an email to Andre. The next person I have is Sandy Garfunkel. Sandy, are you with us?
Hey, Ramfis, it's going to be me instead of Sandy.
Oh, Randa, how are you?
What's up? I'm good.
Wow, we've been meaning to, connect. This is like the perfect way to make it happen, right?
Totally.
All right. Well, your film is Honeybee. I've been hearing about this film for months, and you guys had like a big screening that I missed. I apologize.
So good.
But you're here at the Long Island Film Expo. So excited to see you, and I'll give you the floor. Rock it out.
Sure. First, I just want to say thanks to you and the team there, Ramfis, because we've been a part of a lot of virtual festivals, and we've been missing this moment to network with the filmmakers. It's great to see the films, but at the same time, I miss seeing fellow filmmakers, hearing about their stories, what made them write stuff. So thank you for doing this.
Yeah, all the credit goes to Deborah. You know, it's her idea. John did a lot of the heavy lifting. You know, he's doing the recording and he created the Zoom. And Rachel sent all the emails out. You know, she's been corresponding with everyone. So, you know, big shout out to the entire team.
Great. Well, in the meantime, everybody, my name is Randa Karambellis. I'm the executive producer of Honeybee. Honeybee is a short film that's more like a visual poem. It's really dealing with memory and trauma. Sandy Garfunkel, who's our writer-director, is a Holocaust, as a product of Holocaust survivors. So her work explores a lot of trauma. This has nothing to do with the Holocaust, but it has to do with the moments in life that mark us and what that means down the road. So Honeybee's a short, and she's working on the feature right now. The short's extremely timely. It's taken right out of the headlines. Unfortunately, I sort of wish with everything going on we did a comedy, but we didn't. But we're very happy to be part of this festival. I'm the executive producer. My company, Little Spoon Big Spoon Productions, was the production company of this. We do a lot of, I guess, conscious pieces of which we tie it for a nonprofit that we raise money for and awareness. So we always have a set of our budget that goes to a nonprofit organization whose themes of their mission echo the themes of our film. So if you want to hear more about Little Spoon Big Spoon, so you can find us at littlespoonbigspoon.com. But don't reverse that, because I think Big Spoon, Little Spoon is a porn company, and that is not us. Not us.
So you say it's not you.
Definitely not. Definitely.
I'm going to request that you share all of that information
Sure.
on the chat. How do people follow the journey of the feature?
So we do have a website. It's a little lame, I'm going to be honest. We're trying to put some more resources to that. I think we've all been a little uninspired, to be honest. But we do have a website, and we can keep it up there. We do have an Instagram, all that stuff. So I'll put that in the chat. But thanks for asking, Ramfis.
For sure. I just want to give you a big shout out. You're one of the most impressive people that I've met. You know, I met Randa through a mutual colleague. I went to an event that she was putting together, and it was jam-packed. And I always like watch the room to see who I should be connecting with and speaking to. And I see this like little 5-foot, person go on the stage and rock it out. And I mean, in a matter of like a couple hours, I think you raised, what did you raise? $100,000
yeah, $110,000. Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen somebody raise that kind of money that quick. Like, you blow my mind away. So definitely check out what Randa and her company's doing. It's all impressive and important work.
Thanks, Ramfis.
And she's a great actor. That's what Anthony Robert Grasso just said, which I believe as well.
All right, now I'm just going to get rid of my video because I'm embarrassed now. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate that.
All right, awesome. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to go to Josh. Josh, you were actually with us last night. You have a project called Charlene. It's a trailer. It's in a Long Island section, October 4th at 7:30. Your floor is yours, Josh.
Hello, I am Josh Braden. Actually, the co-director of the project, Peter, is also here as well.
I'm here as well.
Yeah, so this started about 4 years ago. Peter came to me with this idea, and it was just as I was getting into both filmmaking and writing, and it was just an idea that really struck me and connected with me. And so for the past 3 or 4 years, we've been putting it together, and then last summer we shot it. We're currently editing it right now, and hopefully we'll get to show it to everybody next year at next year's festival. We're also hopefully we'll all be in person again. Peter, would you like to?
Yeah, definitely. We're actually very lucky that we finished filming just before 2020 started, and it was also more than just making a film. We got a bunch of young talent together, young filmmakers, young actors, actresses together, and we just formed a really big bond that way, getting people together, because a lot of us just have such a big passion for film, acting, creating something that we all practically did this for nothing except for the fact that we all just bonded over it. So it was a really great experience, and I'm lucky to be a part of it.
Awesome. Where are you guys from, and where did you film?
We're both from Long Island. I'm from West Hempstead on Long Island, and we shot in East Meadow.
I'm from Long Island too. I'm actually currently up in New Paltz right now. I'm going to school right now here. We might get kicked out soon, but you know. But yeah, we filmed it all over Long Island, and yeah, it was really interesting.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, and big shout out to you, Josh. You have multiple projects at the festival, so you're working hard and smart. So
yes,
keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm going to check in again on Domenico. Are you set up? I have a note. Domenico is back. Are you there? All right. We'll check back in on you. Next, I have Brian, Elliott, and David Figan. Are you here?
Brian's here. Dave's not.
Okay,
That's
Brian.
Yep.
You have Age of Bryce, short film, October 5th at 1:30 p.m. It's virtual. You have the floor.
Cool. So yeah, I'm Brian Elliott. I'm the co-director, writer, producer of Age of Bryce. We're from Texas, so I'm Waco, Texas. Dave is from College Station, and Dave is a professional audio guy, but is one of the most genius people I know. And so I wooed him to come do this with me because he's just brilliant. And so this is a collaboration that we did together. The film, it's about basically an 11-year-old, 12-year-old kid whose mom is super overprotective. And so it's a little film about him trying to break out of her grasp and break free. And the inspiration for it was I noticed I was a pretty rambunctious little kid, but when I became a parent, I noticed I almost instantly turned into the stereotypical version of the Mel Brooks, Woody Allen Jewish mother. And I kind of wondered, where does that come from? And so it's looking at that tension between the freedom of being a kid and the tension we feel as parents to feel like we have to be safe and control everything. So that's where the film comes from.
Awesome. And was this shot in Texas, or where was it shot?
Yeah, it was shot in Texas. And so how we do it is I teach at a university called Baylor, and every
Oh my
summer
God,
we
you
do
teach at Baylor? I know all about that school. Do you know S.J. Murray?
Of course. Yeah.
That is a homie. Oh my God. Okay,
yeah.
keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. So I teach in the film department, and so every summer we do a film workshop, and we've shot about 6 features that way, and then we'll do shorts in between. And so how we do them is one or two professors will work on it, and then we'll hire professionals to do DP, sound, makeup, professional actors, and then the other 15 or 20 people on the crew are all students. And we shoot in a feature, we shoot for 5 weeks for 12-hour days, just like any other movie. And it's how students figure out, do they really want to do this or not? So that's how we do it.
That's pretty sick. And how did you hear or come across the Long Island Film Expo?
Yeah, so Baylor actually has a program in Long Island City, in Astoria, and I'm from the East. I used to live in the East Coast, and so I was just aware of all the festivals there and had heard of it and heard great things, and so we gave it a shot. And when we got in, we were stoked because it has an amazing reputation. So we're thrilled to be a part of it.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you. Thank you for submitting, and break the leg at the festival.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Is Derek Brenson there? I'm sorry, Dekel Brenson. Dekel Brenson has a film called Anna. It's a foreign short film in the UK. Dekel? Rachel, do you want to send an email to Dekel and let him know that we're on? I'm going to check back with Domenico. It's Michelle, actually. Michelle Galtariri. Have you figured things out? All right, I'll come back and check in. Next up is Evan Gardner. Evan, are you with us? It's called Finding Our Voice. It's a documentary. Evan? Rachel, if you can shoot an email to Evan. Next up, I have Stefano de Frey and Laura Pellegrini. Are you there?
Hey guys.
Laura, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Awesome. You have a film called Before You Go. It's a foreign short from Ireland.
Yes.
It's October 5th at 4:30. It's the virtual experience. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. So my co-director and myself, Laura, did this film. We shot it all on location in Dublin, Ireland, and then also in Laura, you want to help me out?
Yeah, it's a seaside town that's like half-hour outside of Dublin called Dunleary.
Dunleary, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So similar to another kind of stories that people were talking about, this is kind of like, if you've ever seen the movie like 21 Grams or Ideas from Memento from Christopher Nolan, the film is a piece on nostalgia, on pieces of your life when, fragments of your life when someone is dying. And it focuses on a girl who is, her name is Emma, and she is going through all the sequences of her life, basically all the parts of her life that are, as she's saying goodbye to a lover of hers.
Awesome. So the whole crew flew out to Ireland? Like, how did that work?
So, yeah, it's a great question. Laura and I, Laura, do you want to take this question?
No, go for it, and then I'll piggyback.
Yeah, so that's a great question. So Laura and I are finishing a feature film with a post-production in Ireland, a film called A Dream Beyond the Dark that has Ewan McGregor's daughter in the film called...
you broke up. I didn't hear you. Can you say it again, please?
So we're doing a feature film called A Dream Beyond the Dark, and it was post-production in Ireland. And Ewan McGregor's daughter's in the film, Clara McGregor.
Oh my God, I just worked with her.
Yeah, amazing person. Amazing person. We've shot multiple days with her. Super cool person. And we ended up having a connection through one of the film schools that were there in the post house that we were doing in Ireland. So we got a whole bunch of local crew, kids that we had met up with them, got our crew, got our cameras, and then we had maybe like 2 ADs fly from
Prague.
From Prague, yeah. One was in New York, and then one from Prague, and then we flew out there and we shot it. We shot it during daylight because we didn't have any permits. So.
And what's the name of this film again that you shot? It's called what?
Before You Go.
Before You Go. Okay.
Before You Go.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. How do we follow you guys?
So you can find out more information. We have a production company called Rosso Films International. So you can go to rossofilmsinternational.com to check us out. We have
I'll write it on here
Instagram.
too.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Lots of Instagram pages.
Tutto acceso sì, ora.
So, Laura?
Marcel, we have your background. Do you mind muting?
Sorry, but I help Domenico Costanzo.
I married my mother. Movie I married my mother. Future film.
Domenico, aspetta, sì? Domenico, puoi fare un favore? Metti la tua fare su mute per un attimo, che possiamo finire a parlare.
Ok, sì, certo.
Grazie. So,
yes, that was amazing.
Thank you, no problem.
That was sick. That was actually really
By the way, I have a production partner who can turn from Italian to French back to English on a dime. So that's super helpful, especially when we're dealing with international casts.
Yeah.
Wow, that was really sick. Impressive, guys.
Yeah.
Laura, I mean, tell them a little bit about what we're doing, our feature film, and just a little bit about the documentary.
Yeah. So as Stefano said, we're in post-production for a feature that we, we're doing at a post house in Dublin, Ireland. And we are in post now for a political documentary called The Day I Had to Grow Up. Focuses on 6 youth activists in America, and one of whom is Jeremy Ornstein, who is a kid who's part of the Sunrise Movement. Who was arrested outside Nancy Pelosi's office for advocating for a Green New Deal. The doc focuses on him at the core But we also got a chance to interview 5 other activists to talk about their experience being activists today. So it has spotlights on
one survivor from Parkland too. One survivor
from
girl who
Parkland.
survived Parkland. So.
Yeah, exactly. So she has her own segment in the film, and you know, there's a segment on Black Lives Matter and environmental issues. So we're really excited to release that.
Awesome. And you guys are in Montreal. I'm looking at your company right now. You guys are in Canada?
So we do have one office in Montreal because we've done a film with Telefilm before. So there's a lot more government grants when it comes from Canada. And I'm the Canadian one I'm the guilty Canadian one out of the two of us. Both of us live in New York City. We live 3 blocks from each other in Harlem, like right off of St. Nicholas and 151st. So
yeah,
we're in the city.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I love all this, man. I love what you guys are doing, you know, in multiple countries, co-productions, Canada, Ireland, speaking Italian, French. You guys are a very interesting group. Definitely share your contact in the chat, and much success on all the projects that you guys have going on. It seems like you guys are really busy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I mean, since you speak Italian, maybe you can help me unmute them because they're probably not going to understand Michelle, Gatteri, and Domenico.
Domenico, adesso vuoi fare una introduzione del tuo film adesso?
Certo, io però non parlo. Grazie.
Prego,
Grazie.
prego.
Oh, parli italiano te, bravo.
Sì, parlo, i miei genitori sono italiani, allora ho vissuto in Italia per un piccolo periodo della mia vita, però adoro l'Italia perché cioè, sono un cittadino italiano a causa dei genitori.
Ma te hai fatto un film a Long Island?
Sì, che sarà progetto a Long Island, ma non l'ho registrato a Long Island, l'ho fatto in Irlanda.
Ok. Allora, parlo del mio progetto, tanto
Sì,
so la
in inglese,
traduttrice.
parla in inglese se puoi parlare un po' in inglese. Sì.
Parla lei in inglese.
Ok, va bene.
Vai,
Allora, so Domenico take a film I married my mother, and this film speak about the difficulty of the people relation with people that suffer Alzheimer. In fact, this film is autobiography, and Domenico tells a history about his mother. In fact, his mother dead, and for Domenico is very important this film. And Domenico say an important phrase: the daily problem has a little stone in shoes, and the death of one parent is a big stone in the heart. And in this film represent difficulty of having a sick of family about Alzheimer member. And for Domenico, the love is the best medicine who have one people that suffer Alzheimer.
Digli l'importanza delle emozioni e l'importanza dell'arte nelle persone che soffrono, nei malati di Alzheimer. Le emozioni, la reminiscenza può aiutarli a migliorare nel periodo della malattia.
The people who have Alzheimer, for these people is very important art and the love and the
emotion,
yes, for stay good, so good.
Questo è un film, digli, è un film interamente prodotto da me perché era nel periodo in cui mia madre stava male e volevo farlo assolutamente.
This film is created by Domenico in the period when his mother don't feel good and have Alzheimer.
Nessun produttore voleva produrre questo film.
Only Domenico want to produce this film and no other producer.
I produttori pensano solo a fare soldi in Italia.
The Italian filmmaker think only take money and don't take a good film.
Cioè non gli interessa. E in Italia ci vogliono solamente raccomandazioni. So, recommendation. Alone recommendation in Italian for make the movie. L'ho detto bene?
Credo di sì, ma non so come si dice le
Sì.
fondazioni.
E comunque Mary de Mamate è stato selezionato in 35 festival nel mondo.
35 festival selection this movie.
Congratulations. How did you hear about Long Island Film Expo?
L'hanno selezionato anche a Long Island?
Sì, a Long Island, sì, è in finale insieme a un altro film e basta.
Is in final with another only movie.
Ed è in semifinale per gli Award, per gli Oscar.
Finale,
semifinale a Rhode Island. Semifinalista a Rhode Island, dove ci sono le qualifiche per gli Oscar, ditelo.
For in final for have a Oscar in dove?
A Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. E anche a Bollywood l'hanno selezionato molto.
Bollywood selection this film.
In 4 festival in India.
4 festival in India.
Perché il migliore effetto speciale di questo film è l'emozione che trasmette.
Because the most important effect in this film is the emotional that people feel when look this film.
Tutti si commuovono. Te hai visto stasera il film?
Every people cry. In fact, before this video call, I look this film and I crying.
Perché mia madre è la cosa che ha amato di più in vita mia.
Because his mother is the important people in his life and he love his mother.
Certo, e qualsiasi cosa io scrivo o penso per mia madre funziona.
All aspetta.
Tutti i pensieri, tutte le cose things.
Oh, yes, all things that Domenico think is sempre is always good.
perché c'è emozione, c'è l'emozione. Dove c'è l'emozione funziona. Tutto funziona.
Yes.
Ecco, c'è illuminazione, miracolo. Se avete qualche domanda.
Domenico, we're over the 2 minutes. I want to get everyone else, but thank you for sharing all of that. I mean, this was so, I could listen to you speak all night. It was so entertaining, and congratulations on the success of your film, the 35 festivals, and this is definitely a to watch, and thank you for making it work, Michelle. And Stefano, thank you for translating. That was really courageous of you jumping in.
I didn't know whether to throw in or interject, but I was so touched by the story of the mother. I was crying. You couldn't see under my sunglasses, but I was crying.
And thank you for calling from Italy. I know it must be like 1 a.m. over there, close to 1 a.m. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate it.
Non so se sta parlando con noi.
Sta parlando con noi?
We talk with
noi?
With you? Sorry?
We said thank you for, coming in so late because you're in Italy and it's, I think, almost midnight over there, or it's after midnight. Thank you.
Grazie.
Good luck with the film and break a leg.
Grazie. Thank you. Ciao.
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 Next up is Mikael, Zadara, and Barbara Wysoca, I believe.
Okay.
Hi. And she is a foreign film from Poland. One shot. Are you guys here?
Can you hear me? No?
I can hear you.
Oh, great. Hi. Mikael Zadara. Yes, that's me.
Okay.
I'm actually calling from Berlin, but it's close to Poland. So, hello. The film we made called One Shot is one of a series of 7 films called Films from the Small Years. And all of these films deal with the issue of air pollution which is extreme in Poland, which is also extreme in other places. And it's also extreme. I spent the last year in Pennsylvania in the US, and it's also extreme in places in the US, just people, it's invisible, so people don't see it, so they don't talk about it. But for instance, in front of my kids' elementary school, everybody kept their cars on idle, and nobody understood that this is like really like damages all the kids' lungs in an extreme way. So anyhow, air pollution, big issue. Really, really important. 90% of the world's kids are affected by this. You know, kids don't develop as they should if they live in areas of air pollution. So we made a series of short films about this. And One Shot is one of them, which talks about how difficult it is to shoot a scene in a movie if the lead actress is conscious of the problem of air pollution and insists on wearing an air pollution mask all the time, and then, you know, can't communicate with the rest of the crew. So it's kind of funny, but it's tragically funny. And so the structure of the film is that the whole time you're seeing the actors in these headphones, which protect them from the noise pollution, and in a mask, which protects them from the air pollution, and they can't really cooperate. And then the shot, once they take the shot at the end, it's all beautiful and set against nature. And so it's about how in making films and making art, we try really hard to not show the thing that we should be talking about all the time, which is the problem of air pollution or any other problem which is suffocating us. I guess it's one of the flavors. Air pollution is one of the flavors of I can't breathe, and also affects minorities disproportionately, and vulnerable populations.
And your other 6, are there other parts of the world or the US, or, you know, like?
No, they were all shot in Warsaw. We basically got together with two writers and myself, Barbara Wysoca, who was one of the co-writers, and Wiktor Logaskawczewski, and we came up with like 25 ideas for short films about air pollution, and then we chose like the 10 best ones, and then we chose 7 of those that could actually be produced with the budget that we had, it was in co-production with a theater in Warsaw, with a politically engaged theater. So that was lots of fun. And so they all take place in Warsaw, and they all talk about different flavors, let's say, of air pollution. So one is about how a person thinks that air pollution means that basically we'll all die, and then somebody else says, well, in fact, we'll all die because there won't be any insects in the world within 3 years, pollinating insects, and so there won't be any food, and so that's the reason why we're not going to die. So actually, air pollution is not a problem compared to the dying off of pollinating insects. So it's different aspects of the issue of air pollution, how it really affects every part of your life.
And how do we track, you know, these 7? Well, this one will be playing at the festival, but how do we see your other 6?
So I'm a theater director, a theater and opera director, and this is the first time I've made films. And really the reason I haven't made films before is because every time I try to make them, and then, you know, you repeat multiple shots when you're making a film, and then you have to sit down in the editing room, and it's just so boring. It's the most boring thing in the world that you have to watch the same scene over and over again, and then you have to decide if it's better or worse, and it is just unbearable. So I prefer to work in the theater where they do it once and, you know, people see it and you go home. It's much simpler. So this is the first time I've made movies, and so I'm just learning about distribution. And so we're sending these, as I said, these were made in co-production with the Public Theater. So again, we're not film professionals. So we sent to a bunch of festivals on Film Freeway and saw what came back. And then once we're done with the film festival circuit, we'll probably just, because they're kind of activist films, we'll probably try to distribute them as broadly as we can, just over the internet on YouTube and Vimeo and whatnot, just to have as many people see them as possible. So that's what we'll do. And then, but some festivals have accepted films from the smog years as like a 15-minute segment of 3 films. Whereas in Long Island, we're just showing one shot, which is one of the films.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. And, you know, you're off to a great start, you know, for jumping into into the film industry. Congratulations.
Thanks for having us. It's lovely to not be in Long Island.
All right. Well, enjoy.
Bye.
Next up is Eric Gordon. Eric has a film called When All That's Left Is Love. It's a documentary feature. It's October 5th at 4:30. It's the virtual experience.
Hey guys.
The floor is
Hey.
yours, Eric.
Thank you guys first. First of all, I'm bummed we're not going to be together drinking, but hopefully sooner than later. When All That's Left Is Love follows, my film's also about Alzheimer's. When All That's Left Is Love follows two families in a support group as they care for an Alzheimer's patient in the moderate to severe stage of the disease, primarily focused on the caregiver. We are in actually over 80 film festivals. We've won our 32nd award this week. Nathan Halpern, thanks. Nathan Halpern, who did Minding the Gap, is my composer. I have a master's in film, and this is actually my final project from the Center of Documentary Studies at Duke University. We've been on the festival. This film took 6 years to finish. This is London. The guy talking about editing, we spent over 900 editing hours in the editing suite, not including logging. It took me 6 years to finish the film, almost 9 years on outreach. We're real excited to announce that we're just starting the international festival circuit, and I just got into the Northwest Fest in Canada. It's the longest running documentary film festival. And I just got into the Satisfied Eye Film Festival in the UK. I'm praying that I get to travel to one of them. Most of the so we're showing at all the major medical conferences. We have AARP I got some really awesome sponsors of the film, and my goal is to I make this an educational screening, usually separate from the festival circuit, where we show the film and then I bring panelists to discuss all the amazing resources that are out there that my mom and I didn't have. The film's focused primarily about the caregiver, and my mom and dad are the main subjects, unfortunately, of the film. So, and I'm just honored to be with you guys, and hope everybody checks my film out.
Well, congratulations, 80 festivals. That's no small feat. And I'm very familiar with Nathan's work. I recently saw Goldie, which was at Tribeca, and I saw One Child Nation at Sundance, and Swallow was at Tribeca. I mean, how did you get Nathan involved with this project? He's a really prolific, music composer.
So I was so my last film, I was a finalist for the Student Academy Awards with my last film. And I've worked on a lot of major feature films, but I actually called, I love my project. And so I just reached out. I was working with Miriam Cutler. She's a famous documentary composer, and she guided me to to a lot of Sundance guys. And believe it or not, I had like 4 or 5 competing, and then it just wasn't the right music for me. And at 4 in the morning, I was up for like 3 hours searching amazing composers, and I stumbled upon Nathan's music, and I emailed him at 4:30 and said, "Hey man, I got a film," and he wanted to do it. So, and I had, paid him, but he's amazing. So
That's awesome, man. I'm so happy for you. This is amazing. Keep up the great work.
Thank you so much. I'm so sad we're not together though. I'm ready to go out,
I think we all are. Well, thank you again. Congratulations, and break a leg, as we know you will. Next up is Jarrett Martino. Are you here with us, Jarrett? Jarrett Martino. Jarrett has a film called Donna, Stronger Than Pretty. All right, Rachel, if you could send Jarrett an email. Next up, I have Anthony Dionisio. Are you here with us, Anthony? Anthony has a film called Entanglement. Are you with us, Anthony? All right, Rachel, if you could send Anthony an email, let him know that we're on. Next up, I have Carolina Castillo. Are you with us, Carolina?
Hi.
All right, Carolina, you have a film called Wolfpack. It's in the foreign short category from Brazil. October 5th at 7:30. It's the virtual experience. The floor is yours, Carolina.
Well, so first of all, thank you for the opportunity to open this space. It's really important to me have a space to bring the Brazilian art. I don't think it's really common here in US. Like you see like some Brazilian things going on. So my name is Carolina Castillo. I'm from Brazil. I'm a director of the Wolfpack short movie. And the movie tells a story of a woman who, with the help of other women, rids herself of a domestic violence situation.
And this was shot in Brazil?
It was shot in Brazil. I moved to Long Island last year, so I'm here in Long Island right now. And that was my last movie that I filmed there. That was my second short movie.
Awesome. How did you get from Brazil to Long Island?
It just came.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations. Thank you for submitting the film and break a leg at the festival.
Oh, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right. Next up is Ingrid Price. Ingrid, are you with us? Ingrid Price. You have a film called Maria Torres, The Neighborhood Artist. Is Ingrid with us? All right, Rachel, if you could send Ingrid an email, let her know that we're on. Next, I have Scott Morris. Are you with us, Scott?
Scott Morrell or Scott Morris?
I have Scott Morris, More Than Just Water.
Oh, okay, it was close.
All right, Rachel, if you could shoot an email to Scott Morris, let him know that we're on. Next, I have Randy Sloan and Montana Rock. Moving forward, Long Island short film. It is October 6th at 1:30, virtual experience.
Hi, I was the producer of Dance Plan. Moving Forward, Montana is away. He directed it. This is a documentary that follows a nonprofit organization whose mission is to erase the stigma of suicide and raise awareness for mental illness. And Montana, like I said, Montana directed it. I produced it and I interviewed the people in the film. I live on Long Island, so that's why I knew about Long Island International Film Expo. And I had known Deborah Markowitz prior to the film also.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being with us tonight. Back to back, you know.
I know, last night.
Here.
Yeah,
So,
I know. I'm really honored, like, to have one film in a festival, but to have four is like, and this was like my first documentary. I literally, Montana and I jumped into it not knowing how to make a documentary, but it's very special to me. It was very hard to make, but you know, it's a problem. It's a really big problem in the world. And I just wanted to do something to, you know, if I could help one family, great. So,
are you guys doing anything with any non-for-profits or organizations? And
yeah, this is a non-profit organization, and I'm actually wearing the shirt right now. Dan's plan is
Can you stand? I couldn't see it.
See, it's
okay, yeah.
And then in the back, it's a whole acronym, which is, you know, I should know it, but I don't. It's a whole acronym for Dan's plan, and what it is direct your attitude to notice the problem and seek help. Pass on what you've learned, lead others to ask questions, to promote new beginnings. So
beautiful. Do you have a website where we can follow or?
Yeah, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we have a website. So I'll put everything in the message. And basically all you have to do is Google Dan's plan and it comes up. So yeah.
That's
really
stuff
like
that you're doing there, Randy.
Yeah, it's very bittersweet. My nephew took his life, and that's why it's very special to me. And you know, we decided to take a negative and try to turn it into a positive. So,
yeah, my condolences. That's very close to home. Thank you. Well, I have a message here. It looks like Davis Hall is here for Ingrid Price. Davis, are you with us?
Yes, but wave. Hi.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Davis is waving. All right, David, if you want to speak about Maria Torres, the neighborhood artist, let us know all about it. It's a documentary film that is playing October 6th at 1:30. It's a short. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Gosh, I wish I was there with everyone. It's so wonderful. We had a film at the festival 4 years ago called In the Blind, which was a lot of fun. And now we have this documentary, and it's the first documentary we've made. And you know how you walk by the street in New York City or any major city, and sometimes there are people on the street, and you're not sure what their story is, and maybe you avoid them. Well, there's this woman on 218th Street, Northern Manhattan, and we got to know her. We got to talking to her, and it turned out that she sells paintings, and she's an artist. She was born in Peru. She's lived in Inwood in New York for years, since she was, well, very young. And so we started to think that she might be a good subject to make a movie about. And so we did. And it's her story. She tells it, and we tape it, and we cut it together, and we present Maria Torres's story. And Malcolm Payne did the music for us, who had worked for us before, and Peter Darmy did the sound work, and my wife Ingrid Price produced and also filmed a lot of it as well. So, and I directed and edited and also filmed. So
that's beautiful. You guys did it together as a unit.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Thank you for sharing that with us.
It's been a lot of fun, and the film, fortunately, thank God, we had one actual screening in New York City at downtown. What?
Big Apple.
Big Apple Film Festival, yeah.
Huge
And
screen.
Maria got a chance to see her film on a big screen.
What did Maria say?
Fantastic. She loves it. She loves it. She's a real character, and she's great. And if anybody is in if you happen to be in Inwood on 208th Street, 218th Street, and see this woman on the street selling paintings, say hello, because she loves it. She's great.
Well, thank you for sharing. Congratulations, and break a leg at the festival.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Next up is Susan Gotchi. Am I saying it? Gucci? You have a film called, it looks like T11.
Yeah, T11 Incomplete.
Okay, yeah, T11 Incomplete. All right, and it is playing October 4th. It's a Long Island feature. It is 7:30 p.m. And that's Sunday, October 4th. So the floor is yours.
Right. Thank you. Yeah, and my cinematographer is here too with his own short film, Darren.
Hey.
Which I was so pleased to see him. But yes, yeah. Darren was a cinematographer on T11 Incomplete. It stars Karen Sillis, Kristen Renton, and Zachary Booth, and it is about a home health aide who is also a recovering alcoholic, and she's trying to sort of piece together her broken life, and everything falls apart again when she falls in love with her young paraplegic patient.
And where was your inspiration from this?
I am a disabled director and writer, and I wanted to tell a story not about my disability, but about disability in general, and a story about a nurse, and this is sort of what came out. But we've had good fortune with it. We just screened at Outfest last week, and at Outshine in Miami, and BFI Flair, we were there.
Oh my God, are you working with Jeffrey Winter and Orly, the film collaborative?
I am not.
Okay, because I have a film playing those same festivals too. I had a film at BFI Flair, and at Outfest last weekend. So
Cicada, yes?
yeah, Cicada. Yeah.
Yes. I heard
Wow.
it's fantastic. Yeah.
We're playing the same festival circuit.
We
Well,
are.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no, and I wanted to see that, and I didn't get a chance to see that. I heard it's fantastic, though.
Yeah, it'll be playing this entire month at different festivals. So if you tune into our Instagram, you can follow it.
I will definitely look. But yeah, and I was so happy to see Darren here because Darren did an incredible job on our film, and yeah, just very, very proud of the work he did and everybody. This is great, and actually, Karen won the Best Actress Award at LIIFE. We were told so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on tonight. Congratulations to your film.
Thank you.
And break a leg.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Next up is Kevin Lopez. Kevin, are you here?
Hey guys, yep, I'm here. How you doing, Ramfis?
Kevin, oh my God, dude, we talked in May. Like, how are you, dude?
Good to see you, and wonderful job. Thank you for facilitating this. Sorry, our daughter here is.
Oh, it's so good to see you, man. We have to catch up at some point.
For sure. Thank you so much for having us. My wife Anne-Marie is the co-director of the short film that we're presenting, and it's a super huge honor. And we have also our writer and the focus of the documentary, When It Snows, Marty Bevilacqua here. If you want to wave at everybody, Marty, he's there in the tank top at home. But yeah, thanks again for having us.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations. I know you're a Long Island native. Your film is playing October 6th at 1:30, virtual. Do you want to go a little bit about the project, the team, or anything?
Yeah, for sure. I'll let my wife describe, because it was really kind of her inspiration that led us to meeting Marty and kind of going on this incredible journey. So
I'll try to be brief. Hi, everyone. My name is Anne-Marie. Kevin and I had just recently, 6 months ago, moved from Long Beach to Rockville Center, Long Island, and we were just taking a drive around our new town, and it was President's Day weekend, and it had just had like a big snowfall, and we had seen a beautiful snow sculpture of George Washington holding a flag. But like beyond beautiful, I could never do that. Kevin could never do that. And it reminded me of a sand doc we had seen at the Long Beach Film Festival. So I said, Kev, this would be probably like a cool little short doc. So I Googled like Rockville Center and snow sculptures, and then saw that this man named Marty had created so many like different snow sculptures every snowfall. So we reached out to him, and then we kind of found out that the story went even beyond just a really artistic man.
yeah, and what was really special about this project was making a short documentary about an artist inherently kind of forces us to have a certain dynamic and collaborative process that I thought was really beautiful. And Marty, who is an artist himself, really decided with our support to essentially write the story, and the film has his wonderful voiceover as he's building these snow sculptures. Marty, if you want to chime in and talk a little bit about where the direction that we decided to take the film. Marty, I think you're muted. Let's maybe we can unmute Marty.
Hey, Marty, we don't hear you. If you want to unmute. Marty?
You hear me now?
Yep.
Hear you now.
Okay, you got me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, very good. Okay. All right, so it's something that I was kind of I was apprehensive about this. I was kind of I didn't want to do it. It's very what I do in my snow sculptures is all about. It's very personal. It's about maintaining the memory of my son, who I lost a few years ago, and because I lost him. He was 20 years old, and for 20 years. For 30 years, I'm doing these sculptures, but for 20 years, he was helping me. He was always out there with me. He gave me the ideas, what to make and all that. And so when Kevin came and talked about making a film, I was apprehensive because I don't want to, it's kind of like, it's very personal. The way I do it is kind of enough. But I really feel that they did a really sensitive with the production. They confided in me every step of the way. We communicated about all the direction we would take. And the film took many different directions, so it wasn't like we knew what we were doing. But he said, "Write your story." he said, write your story and put it on paper, and then we'll take it from there. And they developed something very beautiful. I'm very, very happy with what he did. I tell you, it's something that all my neighbors in town, we had a screening at the local college, at Malloy College in my town, Rockville Center. All my neighbors came. Many people I don't know came from Facebook, people that knew my story, and they loved it. It was just fantastic, and it really, it's a way of preserving my son's memory in film. Is a beautiful way to do it. So thank you to Kevin and to Emery.
Thank you, Marty.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Marty. You know, thank you for being vulnerable, and you know, through film never dies. You know, so your son will always be in memory.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Kevin and Marie, is there anything else you want to share, or where we can follow your work? You know, you guys are putting out great material. I was just talking about Godfrey yesterday. You had Kevin had produced this amazing, you know, film based off true stories that happened in Spring Valley, and I was just talking about it yesterday. It's so funny that you know, you're here on video. But is there anything that you want to share, or Anne Marie wants to share, how we can be aware of what you guys are doing next? You're pretty active, you know, in the community.
Yeah, so you can follow our work on lpzmedia.com or at @lpzmedia. It's our Instagram handle, on Twitter handle. You know, like Ramfis said, we are producing some long form content. We're just about to release our third feature film, Paradise City. The film that Ramfis is talking about is called Hudson Tribes, and that can be found on Amazon Prime. And our first film was picked up by HBO Latino some years back, and it's still doing the rounds on TV, called The Inquisition of Camilo Sands. So we're producing commercial stuff, some long form stuff, but you know, I guess what I really love about these opportunities is that, you know, just kind of look around anywhere around you, and I'm sure many of us can attest that, or can agree that, you know, these wonderful stories are really right next to us. And if you're feeling inspired to just pick up a camera and tell someone's story, I mean, go for it, you know, and this is a perfect example of that, where we get to share the story of a wonderful human being, Marty, with all of you guys. So thanks again for the opportunity.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Cool.
Next up is Darren Kwan. I think, Darren, you spoke earlier. You've collaborated, I believe, on another project. You have a film called The Game. It's a short film. It's playing October 5th at 7:30.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it's happy to see Suzanne here. Obviously, she already spoke about T11. I was the DP on that. And Small World, my short, also got into the same festival. So happy to see her here. The Game was a short that I made, I wrote and directed and shot and did the music for and edited. And I did The Game inspired by my relationship with my friend who joined the self-help group that I had mixed feelings about. And I basically made the film to try to interrogate why, because on the surface, my friend was getting a lot of helpful advice from this self-help group. But at the same time, I had a lot of criticism towards that group about the things that they would say that I felt were a little manipulative. And I found myself being conflicted as to what's right here. Is it okay if somebody finds something helpful, even if I disagree with what that thing is? And I think, especially in today's climate, that could apply to a lot of different things. So I made this film. It's a very different film for me as well. I think I'm more of an out there filmmaker. I enjoy things that are very ridiculous and sometimes nonsensical. And this was a film that I really felt a personal connection to, and I pretty much just played it straight. So it was a different type of film for me to make, which I couldn't have done without my intrepid producer, Stephanie, who, just to give you an idea of how badass Stephanie is, I wouldn't have known about this Zoom call had she not emailed me about it while in labor. And she gave birth last night. So she is now a mom, but she was still sending work emails from the hospital bed. So this is the person that I'm collaborating with, and I'm lucky enough to call a friend and a collaborator. And it was thanks to her, she got all the cast. She has an infinite number of connections to film festivals and actors, and allows me to be the weird creative person that I am. I like disappearing into a hole and writing music and writing movies and editing and animating. And she creates these protective walls where I can just feel at home and comfortable. So I have to give a big thank you to Stephanie, who's obviously not here. She's nursing her newborn child. But we should all be lucky enough to have great collaborators. So she's my ace in the hole. So excited to be here. And also, I've been saying in the chat, this is the greatest Zoom call that I've ever been on. This has got to be like one for the record books. I'm saving this chat. I wish I could like rewatch some of these experiences, random bits of Italian, people talking about their deepest feelings. And I'm so moved and impressed by everyone. And just thank you for letting me be a part of this. This is really an honor. So.
Thank you for sharing. I agree. This is a really incredible Zoom. You know, a little bit of laughter, a little bit of sadness. And I'm actually familiar with Stephanie. She works at Buckwall, doesn't she? The Buckwall Talent Agency?
That's right. Yes, Stephanie.
Yeah, I've never met her, but we have a lot of mutual friends, and I know some people at Buckwall, and she comes up quite a bit. So please send her my regards and say hello. And congratulations to, you know, her baby. And then congratulations to you, Darren, for having, you know, 2 projects simultaneously playing, you know, at the festival. So
thank you very much. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, next up, I have Andrew Schwartz. Are you here, Andrew? Andrew Schwartz has a film called Beauty. Andrew, are you with us? Rachel, if you could send Andrew an email, let him know that we're on. Next, I have Patrick Smith. Did Beyond know? Are you with us, Patrick Smith? Okay. Rachel, if you could send an email to Patrick. Next, I have Judith Ann D. Donato. And then Randy again. You know, Randy, you're on fire tonight. The Della Morte sisters. It's in the Long Island short film category, October 6th at 4:30, and it's the virtual experience. You guys want to go?
Sure, Judith. Make sure, Judith, you're on mute. I'll start. The Della Morte sisters is a dark film, and it's basically a film about, like the tagline is, the greatest loss in a family is innocence. And basically it's about 3 sisters that each have ties to a family member. And as the film unravels, you see what their ties are. And it just keeps getting darker and darker, basically. And that is all I could say about it, because if I say anything else, it gives it away. It was filmed out here on Long Island, and Judith, who I'll let speak next. Judith and I were.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we
can hear you now.
Okay,
we were the
sorry,
producers.
I don't know how that happened.
We were the producers as well as the leads, along with Deborah Toscano, if anybody knows her. So continue, my dear.
Yeah, well, you just said. So Randy and I, actually it was 2 years ago, about this time, we wanted to make a film, and, you know, we just kept bouncing around ideas, and, you know, so we said, let's make it about something we know, and we know Italian families. And we said, how about sisters? And we got our friend Andrew Marino and his son to write our script, and we took it from there. And then we found
and we actually hired Bill Sorbino, who actually runs Golden Door Film Festival. It was his directorial debut. The Della Morte sisters was his debut directing. So we sort of took a chance with him, because he had a lot of, you know, of course, experience being an actor, but not really so much behind the camera. But he had so much passion for this project that we just sort of looked at each other and we said, we're taking a chance. And we're so glad we did, because he was amazing. And we're just excited to be here at LIIFE, and hope everybody gets to watch our dark, dark film.
Randy, how do you produce 4 movies, man? You're a badass. You know,
I have no friggin' idea. And I have 2 teenage daughters.
You know, and you do all spectrums, genres, and, you know, very multi-talented.
Thank you. And, you know, I feel it. I'm tired. I'm not 21 anymore. But it's such a passion I have, as everybody here, as filmmakers, as actors. We know where we get that drive from because it's our passion. So I'm so honored to be in this festival with Della Morte, the documentary, Fresh Air, Anthony Grasso, who directed that, and Like Daughter, Like Mother, Debbie Morgan. I mean, it's overwhelming. It really is.
Wow. Well, someone wrote beast mode, and I agree. Well, keep up the work. And thank you so much for submitting and considering LIIFE and bringing your 4 films.
Thank you for organizing. Yeah, thank you for doing this. Thank you for taking the time, really.
Absolutely. You know, shout out to, you know, Deborah Markowitz and John and John Marine and Rachel, you know, Perez for, you know, helping, you know, with this.
Thank you all.
Next up is Anna Marie Kaliz, and you have a film called A Different Kind of Animal. Are you there?
Yeah, I do. I'm Anna Marie Kalisi, and I am the screenwriter and lead actress in A Different Kind of Animal. It's a short film about a dog walker who notices that one of her dog clients isn't being treated very well. So she basically goes on a journey with her best friend, Owen, who's played by Robert Capron, who was in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. He played Rowley. So it's been really great. Me and the production company, Blue Slate Films, we're based out of Queens, New York, and we're really excited to screen with you guys.
Awesome. Is this based off any true experiences, or
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
do you want to share that, or does that give away the plot?
No, it's I ran a dog walking business when I first got out of college, and it deals with a lot of my experiences that I, as a woman running my own dog walking business, the sexism I experienced. So it's a lot of real life. It's based on a lot of true experiences. So yeah, I wrote it down, and then I worked with Emery Parker, who's the director, and she's also owns Blue Slate Films. And yeah, she took a chance on my script, and we produced it, and we're really excited.
Awesome. That's cool. Well, thank you for sharing.
No, thank you.
And break a leg. And,
thank you.
And thank you for submitting.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Awesome. Next up is the legendary only Anthony Grasso, and it looks like Boas. There's another name, Boas, next to it.
Yes.
Okay. And that's for General Mess Hospital. It's a trailer. October 6th at 4:30, virtual experience, and the floor is yours.
Is it Thank you. This is Boaz Gonin. Is Anthony here?
Yeah, I'm here, bud.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. You want to start?
No. You start. You wrote it. I just started this. I didn't do anything.
I only wrote it. Yeah. So yeah, I wrote this General Mess Hospital. It's a dark comedy about patients and nurses and physicians. I'm a physician myself, and I decided to, I think I'm the only physician here in the group, but I don't know. I threw away my stethoscope and decided to write. And I wrote a couple of screenplays, a couple of books, etc. And I'm from Philadelphia. We shot the trailer in Philadelphia. The director is David Garcia, who did a great job. And Anthony Grasso was the lead character, the lead actor. He also did a great job. So I'm very happy and proud to be here in this august group. Thank you. Anthony,
yeah, one of the nice things was, if I could just jump in a sec, because I'm a teacher as well, he asked me if I knew any actors that I felt were right for these roles. So I was so happy to bring in 3 of my students. And it was an incredible experience because we knew each other, so we had this, relationship right away. And if you could see this, it reads more like a trailer for a pilot, obviously, but it's about 20 minutes, isn't it, Bose? How, like 20 something minutes?
Well, I think they're showing only the trailer, which is, I think, less than 3 minutes.
Okay. I didn't know if you did that. Okay. And it's kind of like Office meets what's the other thing you would say? Scrubs.
Scrubs. I would say
Yeah,
Scrubs.
like Scrubs and The Office meet. So it has that same kind of quirky, people are dying. You know, my character is just overwhelmed, and it was such a fun shoot. It was a 2-day shoot. We just really knocked it out. We had to get into these hospitals and get out really fast. And, you know, it's interesting today, now with COVID, none of these things would take place in a hospital. So we were very fortunate that, you know, when we were able to put it together. But it was a top-notch experience. So thank you, both. I was happy to meet him.
Thank you.
And
Thank
he's
you.
planning on doing a series, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's a TV series, and we are looking for somebody to pick it up and show it. Thank you all. I hope you watch it when it shows.
Yeah. And thank you, Remus.
Congratulations, guys. Keep up the great work. Next up, I have is James Harkins. James, are you with us?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, James Harkins, you did Old Dad. It's a short film. It's playing October 6th at 4:30. It's a virtual experience. The floor is yours.
Okay, I'm Jim Harkins. I'm the writer, producer, director of Old Dad. I'm a Staten Island filmmaker. I have a production company on Staten Island called Kins Productions. And I want to thank the Long Island Film Expo for showing our film. And really appreciate, you know, being part of a great lineup of filmmakers. To tell you a little more about our film, it's a 10-minute dramedy. It's the story of Paul Barton, a man that seems to have the perfect life until his girlfriend tells him that he's going to become a first-time father at the age of 50. And the short shows exactly how he handles this unexpected news. So the film stars Drew Moore, Shannon Whalen, Patrick Shane, and Kim Paris. I want to give a shout out to our crew. Zach Cron shot it. He was our DP. Phil Crawl was our sound mixer, and the film was edited by Jason Zednick. I also want to thank Debbie Harkins, Cecilia Brunner, and Bill Doherty at my production company, Kins Productions, to give you a little more about where the project came from. A couple of years ago, I wrote a feature-length screenplay, also entitled Old Dad, and that script in 2019 was a semifinalist in the Nashville Film Festival in the comedy section, and in 2020 it was a semifinalist in the Atlanta Film Festival. So both the short and the screenplay are doing really well, which makes me very happy. As in conclusion, I just once again like to thank the Long Island Film Festival, Long Island Film Expo for showing our film, and where you can find us is on our Kins Production Facebook page. So thank you again.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
Next up, I have Alyssa Stern. And you have a film called Sum of Its Parts. It's an animation. Are you with us?
Hello, I'm here. It's you got it right the first time. It's Elisa.
Okay.
Hi. Thanks so much for having me. Great to see some faces. I finished this film at the end of last year, so it has never been screened in person. It's been a purely virtual film festival experience, and this is the first time I've seen some faces at a festival. So lovely to meet you all. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, my film is animated. It's stop motion animation. It uses a very specific technique called replacement animation. So these are some of the characters from my film. I sculpted sequences. Here is a sequence of the characters. And basically I went out into the forest and I just put a character down somewhere interesting. And then I took a photo and I replaced it with the next one. The sequence repeated that a few hundred times, and I had a film. I had a piece of music beforehand, which the song itself was called Sum of Its Parts, so that just stayed through as the title. I never thought to use a different title for the project, even though it's not really a music video, but it just worked so well because Sum of Its Parts is a lot of parts. And that piece of music is by an incredibly talented composer named Scott Ampleford, who's based in the north of England. Worked with him before, he's amazing. So that piece of music really inspired it. It's a really bouncy piece of synthesizer, like synthwave music. So it kind of inspired me to do these little like very cartoony, very frantic characters. And I'm in Brooklyn, but I shot this in my hometown in northern Westchester in New York State. So I spent last summer, which I'm very thankful for in hindsight, traveling by Metro North up to Westchester, where I shot the film in the woods with the tremendous support from my parents because I don't know how to drive. So they drove me into the forest and really supported me, literally, you know, took care of me while I was doing very long hours, sometimes 5-6 hours trying to get shots in before I lost the sun because I couldn't shoot without the natural light. But it was an amazing experience. Yeah, I've never done this style of animation before, but it was a blast and I totally plan to do it again.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Thank you for submitting. And thank you to your parents for getting you there safely and helping you complete production.
Couldn't have made it without them. Their names are in the credits right after mine.
Awesome, as it should be. All right, great. Next, I have Scott Morrell and Colleen Davy James. Are you both here?
I don't know if Colleen is here. That's my director.
Okay. Well, you have Ride the Wave. Do you want to wait a little bit or do you want to go now?
Oh, no, I'm ready now. I don't think she's going to be here tonight.
Okay. All right. So it's Ride the Wave. It's a short film, October 6th, 4:30, virtual experience. The floor is yours.
Cool. This is so great, by the way. This is the best Zoom meeting I've had because I take classes twice a week and I'm always doing casting auditions with casting directors. So it's great to be amongst everyone here. So this is really cool. I started this film company, Brooklyn Rose Films, over a year ago. And this is my first foray into filmmaking. I've since made other short films. And Ride the Wave is basically, we're in the not so distant future. There's this family at a crossroads in their relationship, and they turn to a social media app to determine their fate. And I got that idea by looking at my daughters who are 16 and 18. I haven't seen their face in like 3 years because I was looking down at their smartphones. And, you know, I kind of see where this world is going, where technology is outpacing social growth. And it's a really cool film. It's a dark comedy. I became an executive producer because in my former life, I lived on Long Island, say house at Oyster Bay Cove, and I was a caterer. So it was a natural transition to be a caterer, creating an event and being an executive producer. But I started as an actor 4 years ago. I reinvented myself, and really proud of this film. Great director, Colleen Davy James, and great producer, Rob Alicia, and there's so many other people. But I'm so honored to be here, and this is just great.
Well, we're happy to have you. Thank you for submitting. You know, break a leg.
Thanks so much.
You're very welcome. Well, Lauren McCann, how are you, Lauren? I don't hear you, Lauren.
I was trying to find the button. There we go.
Okay, great. I know you couldn't make it yesterday. You have a film called Girl Boxer?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So Lauren, it's good to see you. You know, I know we're on social media. I think we are on social media.
Probably.
Yeah. And, you know, the floor is yours. So share with everyone about your movie.
Yeah. So it's really a pilot or a proof of concept for something bigger. And I guess it started, I guess my story's a little funny. I used to be a kindergarten teacher. I have 2 kids. My husband is in charge. I am sitting here enjoying a glass of wine and listening to all your stories. So thank you. And, you know, as an actor, I was going in to play these kind of mommy roles. And I had someone said, oh no, you go in to see a casting director and you look like you're going to blow up the world. So that was kind of odd in my mind that I would have this dichotomy in me. But I started realizing the movies that I really like dark films. I grew up watching fighting movies with my dad. I love old mob movies. I'm a huge Guy Ritchie fan, just that cerebral, quick kind of thing. And as a female who's going to possibly be playing these kind of roles, there really aren't too many out there. Unless, you know, Kill Bill is one that I could think of where you'd have the woman just being the superhero all the way and taking charge in a more violent way. So I decided to make my own and sort of incorporate all these things that I love. I love fighting movies. I like mob movies. I really like dark cinematography. I like not a lot of text. I had an acting teacher say to me, you know, what does a director say? They say action. They don't say dialogue. So for that, it's all about what you don't say and that relationship that the characters have. So Girl Boxer is really something I wrote in an hour and 20 minutes. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I had just had my second child and he was napping, and I'd had this idea in my mind, combining my Irish culture, the whole idea of boxing, a mob movie, a female protagonist that just takes on everything. And he was asleep, and I said, I've got an hour and a half. And out it came, the first draft. And then obviously we have a lot of edits in there. So I wrote it, I directed it, I played the lead in it. I mean, it's very unfortunate. We had a private screening, and it was so much fun to see everybody there. The whole group of people that were involved did it through like passion for this project. Dominic Sevilla was my DP. If you're in New York and you know him, he is a genius. If you don't know him, look him up, and you should know him. I guess some of my lead actors, Jack Mulcahy was in there, who was in the Brothers McCullough. Great guy. And we have some original scores as well. So the idea is to possibly show this, you know, in either feature form that maybe I could continue writing, or in a pilot sort of form for a series.
Awesome. Well, you're a triple threat, and you work quickly. Well, thank you for submitting to the festival and coming, you know, on tonight, and, you know, break a leg, you know, wishing you the best with the project.
And I want to say one more thing, because I'm just really damn proud of myself. I mean, it's so unfortunate. As a first time, this is my first film that I've made, my first time writing anything, and I have not been able to have an in-person screening. You know, we had a private one. But I was in Series Fest, which was an honor for me. And then I was given a jury prize of the voice to watch. So
really? Okay. You were out there in Denver?
No, it was all virtual. So this
okay. This was back in June, right? This is when they had it, usually in June. That's Randy and that's Randy's festival. Yeah. So that's one of the top television festivals in the country, maybe even the world. Congratulations.
I looked it up, and, you know, past years, John Legend and Sia played at the closing, and I was watching the Kids Baking Challenge.
Wow. That's a big deal. Wow. Kudos to you.
Thank you. But I was really hoping, like, I have heard such good things about this festival, just, you know, within the New York indie film community. And it was in my mind a chance that we were all going to get together physically and see each other again. So obviously kind of bummed, but thank you for hosting this, and I'm enjoying everybody's story with my glass of wine and no children around me.
Well, thank you for that extra share. We really appreciate it. That's good to know. It's definitely inspirational. As Randa's saying, yes, make the feature, you know, so.
Question of, do you do the feature? So I've already written the whole 8 episodes, but where's the market going these days? So I don't know. I might just write the feature for fun, because I love the characters and I just love the story. And if I ever have the time, I'm going to be starting mommy school very soon.
I'd say go for both. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. If one goes first, or if they both go, hey, you never know. You know.
I like that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, awesome. Next is Max. Max, I don't know how to say your name. I think it's Hetzman. Am I saying it right, Max? You have a film called Abigail. Max, are you still with us? Max, you're on mute. I see you on screen.
Hello?
Yeah, hear you now, Max.
It's Hechtman.
Hechtman, Max Hechtman. Okay, Max, it's good to see you again. You know, I see you all the time in the festival circuit and on social media. So congratulations on your film.
I've been in LIIFE twice before, 2017, 2019. Won Best Documentary last year, in case if some of you remember.
Yeah, I remember seeing you at the award ceremony. Congratulations, Max.
Thank you.
So the floor is yours. Tell us about this new project of yours.
Well, so Abigail is my senior thesis narrative short film that I made for the completion of my studies as a film and media major at FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. And it is about a lonely and elderly widower male who struggles to come to terms with the loss of his wife and the circumstances surrounding her death. When he visits her grave, he encounters a little girl who shows him the path to healing and fills him with hope. And the actor playing him is a very well-known film and TV actor named Richie Allen, who you may know as Rickerson in Part 6 of Showtime's Escape at Dannemora. He was also in a minor role in the pilot episode of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Amazon as well. And originally the film was a one-scene script with just the cemetery scene, and as part of the senior thesis assignment, which was to make the film 15 to 20 minutes long, I used in part to make the story longer a true story from a magazine article that dealt with the subject matter of end-of-life decisions, which that is the cause of his wife's death, but how, I am not going to say until you all see the film. And
Awesome.
I also, I co-directed it with my mentor, Chris Salikis. He's not here right now. He's busy. He's also working as the boss of the studio where I also work at, Real Life Cinematography, which is an event video production company. And for Abigail, he co-directed it with me, gave me advice on set on how to make things work and make things have sense to them. And we had two professional Long Island-based cinematographers, Joe Danielle and Joe DeFelice. We had a composer from LA compose the score, Andre Soto. And we had Elliott Taylor and Ashley Foy of Technicolor Postworks New York do the sound mix for us. And the film actually did premiere in rough cut form at FIT in May at the senior show. And this is actually the first festival screening that it's going to be. I wish it were physical, because if so, it would have been great to see the final version of this on the big screen. It really could have been. And right prior to the screening, the film won the Stage 32 5th Annual Short Film Contest as a quarter finalist. So big things are already starting. And I can't wait for all of you to see the film on Thursday, October 6th, 7:30 p.m. And after this, I have already another short documentary in post-production related to an audiobook that some of you may have already heard about me doing the visual and marketing campaign for on social media. Delusion, the Houdini musical, which is by Balint Varga, a Hungarian-American composer. I'm doing a documentary about the making of that audiobook and how it brought people together during the COVID-19 pandemic after the theater world closed because of the safety precautions and stay-at-home orders. And that documentary should be out later this month before Abigail's festival screening. So big things coming.
Can you post on the chat? You may have already, but where we can follow and see all your work?
Yes, my portfolio website, I'm actually going to be getting a new one very soon. So when I finally get that, I can send most of you the link to the new site as well. But for right now, I'll post all of my social media accounts in the chat, as well as the movie's website.
Awesome. Thank you, Max.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, next up is Ashley Wren Collins. Are you with us, Ashley?
Hi, yes, I'm here. That's my daughter's name appearing in the bottom of the screen.
All right. What is your name?
My name is Ashley Wren Collins.
Oh, it is Ashley Wren Collins. So the name that I see on screen, Leo Paladina, is your daughter. Okay.
Soon to be 3-year-old daughter.
Got you. All right. Well, you have a film called I Only Miss You When I'm Breathing. It's a short film. It's October 6th at 7:30. The floor is yours.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm really thrilled to be a part of the Long Island Film Expo. This is our first screening anywhere in New York. This is the first short film I've directed. I've directed for the stage, and I've produced a feature, but this is the first time I directed, and I also co-produced it. And it is inspired by the real life story of Freddie Weller, of Paul Revere and the Raiders, and his wife Pippi, and the loss of their son Brandon. It was shot on location in Nashville, Tennessee, with a Nashville cast and crew. And it also stars Phil Vassar, who's a country western singer-songwriter, and Lori Fisher, both of who also produced with me. Phil did a little bit of original music, and Lori also wrote it.
Awesome. Awesome. And where do you live? Are you here in Long Island or you're in Tennessee?
New York City, in Manhattan.
Okay. All right. And what was that like shooting down there in Nashville?
It was great. I mean, we had an incredible cast and crew, and got some great locations. And there's an original song in the movie written by Freddie about his son. We use it in the credits. And it's been really, we have screened at a couple festivals, some in person and some virtual, and the response has been great. I mean, it's a club that no one wants to belong to, the club of parents who lose a child. And the response has been really great, especially for those people who feel sometimes that it's been healing for them. Because the thing is, whenever somebody deals with unbearable loss, our lives still go on. So how do you do that? That's what the movie asks.
Wow. Well, it sounds really powerful. Congratulations. I'm seeing that, you have 2 wins. Well, I probably should, I don't know if I'm allowed to say what the wins are, but congratulations on the wins.
Yeah, we're really thrilled. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Keep up the great work. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for submitting to the Long Island International Film Expo.
Yeah, it's so great to be here. I also used to be a journalist who covered film festivals, and I just really love the independent filmmaking spirit. And it's just this festival I'd heard about a lot, and now I'm thrilled to be in it. And it's so great that everybody's continuing to forge ahead in these crazy times, and that we're all here in this awesome virtual community. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's work. So thank you.
Agreed, 150%. Thank you for sharing that, Ashley. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Next up, I have Ryan O'Leary. Are you with us, Ryan? There you are, Ryan. I see you.
Hello.
All right, Ryan. Well, you have a film called The Lost Weekend. It is in the Long Island short film category, playing October 6th at 7:30. It's virtual. The floor is yours, Ryan.
Yeah, sure. So we were fortunate enough where our film got to do kind of most of its festival run already. And I was excited for the Long Island Film Expo because that's where a lot of my family's from. That's where I and my executive producer, Daniel Herman, who I think's on this call, went to college. But we're glad that it's still going on in some form. It's been a minute since I've been talking about it because I've been mostly trying to get a new film made. So I'm just going to read the synopsis from here. After the murder of his wife, hotshot banker Andrew Dufresne is sent to Shawshank Prison, where the usual unpleasantness occurs. It's about redemption. Morgan Freeman's in it. It's fantastic. That's the Lost Weekend. I'm really proud of it. But yeah, we were fortunate enough to shoot majority of our interiors in Long Island. You'll probably watch it and be like, that's not Long Island, and it's because the exteriors are not. Got to work with a great cast and crew, and this is, I think, my 4th or 5th time having something play at the Long Island Film Expo, so it's pretty exciting.
That's awesome. Did Daniel want to say anything? I see his face. There he is.
Hi. Hi. Yeah, it's exciting. You know, everything going on in this you know, COVID world. It's just pretty cool that we're able to still find a way to get film working and just get everyone together for a great film festival.
Agreed.
So yeah, it's I'm really excited to see how this goes for sure.
I'm looking at your film. Wow, you guys have a really amazing cast. I see you used Adrian Stern. She's an amazing cast director.
Yeah.
Wow, you have a stellar cast. Really impressive. Congratulations, guys. And you guys have 9 wins, 16 nominations.
Yeah, we've had a lot of.
We've been paying off a lot
fortune.
of people at festivals to take care of us for those. It's most of our budget, actually. But
yeah,
it's
we've had
great.
a lot of luck with these great film festivals, and we've been able to have such a great cast and everything like that. But yeah, we're very excited for the film festival, though.
Congratulations, guys. Keep up the great work.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, I have Wes Clark. Wes, I see you up there. You have a music video in a Long Island music video category. It is called Love and Hate. It's playing October 6th at 7:30. It's a virtual experience. The floor is yours, Wes.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. Wes Clark here. Yeah, I'm probably a veteran here at the LIIFE Festival, man. I think this will be my 5th time screening at the festival.
Wow.
I had a feature. I had a couple of shorts, a pilot. Last year I did a music video as well, so I did one this year. I want to just, first of all, I just want to say congratulations to all the filmmakers. I mean, sitting here listening to everybody's story about their film, this is going to be a really good year. And I try to attend all of the festivals for, the LIIFE every year, but this seems like it's going to be a really good year with some good stories. Well, Love and Hate is a music video. It stars a young upcoming pop artist named Jamela Perkins. She was on season 14 of The Voice. She went a few rounds in. Then when she got out, she was on Team Kelly. She wanted to do her first video. She wanted to do something powerful. So the video is about a toxic relationship. It's basically to raise awareness for domestic violence. So she wanted to do something that had like a storyline and acting, and because she's kind of like a triple threat herself, actor, singer, dancer. So I wrote the concept for the video. We shot it here, and I'm from Long Island, obviously. Suffolk County, Nassau County. I grew up in Hempstead, and I live now in Orlando. So we shot most of it here in Orlando, Florida. At Full Sail University, where I was attending, and so I mean, it's a really powerful message. She's going to be appearing later, probably next year. Now we have an actual domestic violence organization that we donate to. It's called Safe House Orlando, and they're a big part of the. They kind of was like a sponsor of the music video. And it's also an organization called RAVE. It's an acronym for Raising Awareness Via Entertainment, where we so that's pretty much that, man. It should be cool. I look forward to seeing everybody's films. I didn't do a film this year. I had luck last year with the music video. I won best music video, so I'm like, I'm gonna try a music video again. See what happens.
Nothing wrong with that. Well, keep up the great work. It's great to have you back. Thank you for your continued, support at LIIFE, and congratulations and much success. Next up, I have Hind Anabatwi. It's called Moderately Satisfied. It's foreign film for the UAE, from the Emirates, basically, the UAE. Are you here? All right. The next person is Brian Blum. Brian, you have a film called My Daughter Wysoca. Actually, I'd seen this film. I think early this year, end of last year. Are you here with us, Brian? All right. Next, I have Jeremy Glazier. Jeremy, you have a film called On the Ride. It's a short film, October 6th at 7:30, virtual experience.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for whoever stuck around till now. And Ramfis, thank you so much for running such a cool community here. This is awesome to meet everybody. I don't even know if I'll get to ever meet this many people if I'm at an actual live festival. And I also wanted to commend everybody for really opening up. I think it was so cool to see people go to their depths to really tell their art. And I'm really excited to see a lot of your work. On the Ride is a short film. It's a drama. I'll also use my log line because it is a series of reveals that I don't want to give away. But it's basically following a guy named Scott who sets off on his bike ride. Usually, it's his exercise to clear his head because he experienced a traumatic event with his partner 1 year prior. And we see that throughout his ride. And the ride eventually takes a turn, and he ends up at a doorstep of a stranger that's intimately connected to the trauma that he experienced 1 year prior. So it is an emotional journey, and we shot it here in LA. I am originally born and raised from Huntington Station, Long Island. So I was really excited to submit to LIIFE because I wanted to hopefully get, my story in front of my hometown and my roots. So I'm excited to be a part of it. And we also had an amazing cast and crew, executive produced by Jim Rash, who Oscar winner for writing The Descendants. He was the dean on Community. He's one of my good friends. He's an incredible talent. Jen McGowan directed us. Met her on the feature Rust Creek, where I was acting and she was directing. And our cast also had Brant Rotnam, who was just in 13 Reasons Why. Spence Moore II, who's on multiple series coming out on We Are Who We Are, which is coming out on HBO. He's on AP Bio, All American. And also Beverly Todd, an incredible actress that you probably recognize from the classic Lean on Me and Crash. And yeah, kind of putting it all, throwing it all at you guys, throwing it all at you. That's everything.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. You had a really awesome production company I see involved. Ample is the production company, and you had a very strong producing team. Rebecca Stone, I see here, and Oscar winner Jim Rash. You said you put together a pretty awesome cast. You have a nomination I see here as well, so that's awesome. How did you get this team? Out of curiosity, how were you able to put together such a dynamic team and cast?
Well, I've been in LA now 20 years, and I've just been I produced on other projects, more like behind the guy, and I wanted to finally create my own baby and basically have my own film school. I'm just going to make my own work and create my own work. So after being here for 20 years, you create a lot of relationships, and you know how to ask for things. And I've been fortunate to work and live as an actor for quite some time, so I've maintained a lot of those relationships. So when I didn't know how to do anything, since I'm mostly familiar with acting and producing things, you gotta, it's a collaboration. There's just so many. It's amazing how the process for each job is so different from each other. From the DP to the director, they all have their own separate processes, and how all their different processes all can create this one thing. So when I didn't know how to do something, I would go to my director. I was like, do you know a great DP? And Jen McGowan, who's actually married to Philip Lott, and he owns Ample, the production company.
Oh, okay.
So that's that connection. And then she knew how to get Stephanie Martin our DP. And Jen also, excuse me, runs Glass Elevate, which is an amazing platform that is all about getting women in film jobs in film. So she had that resource, and I'm proud to say that 70% of our key crew was women. Everything was diverse. I wanted to make sure that we had diversity, not only in front of the camera, but behind the camera, because I think that's where you can get so many.
You worked with Star Victoria. Oh my God.
My
That's
first
my
AD.
girl.
Yeah, first AD.
Yeah, okay. She's stellar. She is stellar.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I also wanted to congratulate you on Cicada. We have a project at Outfest as well called Hidden Canyons, which won the audience award for the episodics. So
Congratulations. Thank you.
And we went to the drive-in, and I really, really liked Cicada. That was a really good film, telling people about it. So congrats.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. I'll let the team know.
Cool. And, but yeah, I was just basically, since it was my first time taking the helm and literally my first time writing something that was actually being made, I wasn't afraid to just ask, I wasn't afraid to be like, look, guys, this is my first time. I want to give you the power to do your job, but if you can help teach me as we go along here. And then they would then say, oh, let's bring in this person. And then, it's just it was amazing collaboration. And it was not only amazing to make a film, but also to create with so many cool artists, and tell a story. So.
Cool, man. Well, I really love your story and how you put together your team. I mean, you have the best of the best, a great director, a great producing team, great crew, stellar cast. And, you've been in a ton of television and film. So kudos to you and all the hard work you've been putting out there in LA.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And congratulations to all of you. And thank you to LIIFE and you for having on the ride. This is our New York premiere too, so I'm excited.
Awesome. Keep it up.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. Well, is there anyone that has not gone or anything that I missed? There were a few people that I called out and they weren't on yet. If not, then Lauren, everyone's saying to make that feature. I've seen a couple of comments, so you got to make that feature. And thank you everyone for staying on, for so long and listening to all the other filmmakers. Tomorrow's the last night of all the introductions, so I might see some of you there. Congratulations again to all of you. It's, first very difficult, making a movie, and then to get it into a festival is a whole nother feat. So again, this is the 23rd Annual Long Island International Film Expo from September 30th to October 8th. Thank you to Deborah Markowitz for setting this up, John Marine for doing the recording and setting up the Zoom, and Rachel Perez for sending out all the emails. And congratulations, everyone, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night, all.
Good night, everybody. Congratulations again.
Thanks, Wes. Good night.
Night.